For 15 years I thought I was living the American dream. A perfect husband, 2 kids, a home filled with love. But on the night of our wedding anniversary I handed my husband a gift so powerful. It destroyed his career, his family, and his mistress in one single moment. This is not just a story of betrayal. This is the story of my revenge. I met Daniel in college. He wasn't the most handsome guy, but he had this charm that could win anyone over. He made me laugh, he made me feel safe, and when he proposed during our senior year I thought I had hit the jackpot. Fast forward to now, we had 2 kids, Emily and Josh. Our neighbors envied us. To the world we were the family people looked up to. Cookouts on weekends, Christmas lights brighter than anyone's on the street, and family portraits that looked picture perfect. But I didn't know, while I was raising our kids and managing my job, Daniel was building another life behind my back. It started small. He began working late, claiming last-minute meetings or urgent projects. At first I brushed it off. Isn't that what supportive wives do? But then came the phone calls. He'd step outside to take them. And once, at 2 a.m., I found him whispering in the living room with the lights off. When I asked, he claimed it was just a client in another time zone. My gut told me otherwise. So I did what any suspicious wife would do. I checked his phone. And that's when I saw it. Messages from someone named Samantha. Last night was amazing, can't wait to see you again. My blood ran cold. Confronting Daniel wasn't easy. He denied it at first, spun excuses, swore I was overreacting. But when I pressed harder, he exploded. You never appreciate me. You're always busy with the kids. Samantha makes me feel alive again. Those words shattered something inside me. The man I thought I knew didn't just betray me, he blamed me for his betrayal. That night I made a vow. If he thought he could humiliate me, destroy our family, and walk away happy with his mistress, he had no idea who he was dealing with. Revenge isn't about rage. Rage makes you sloppy. Revenge is about patience, precision, and timing. I started small. I quietly gathered evidence. Text messages, call logs, even photos. I created a private folder with every dirty little secret of his affair. Then I dug deeper. I discovered Daniel had opened a joint account with Samantha. He was funneling our family money to pay for her apartment, her gifts, her vacations. That's when my revenge truly took shape. I contacted a lawyer, quietly. We froze the accounts, restructured assets, and set the stage so that every cent he spent would come crashing back on him. I printed the photos, texts, and even his late-night hotel receipts. Not just for me, but for his boss, his parents, and every single person who thought he was the perfect husband. I waited. For our wedding anniversary. The night he promised he'd make it special. He booked a fancy dinner. I dressed in my best gown, smiled like the perfect wife, and waited. Halfway through dinner, just as he lifted his champagne glass to toast, I slid a neatly wrapped envelope across the table. "What's this?" he asked. "Your anniversary gift," I whispered. Inside were the photos, the texts, and the proof of every lie he ever told. His face was drained of color. He stuttered, tried to explain, but before he could speak, I stood up, looked him straight in the eye, and said, "Enjoy your dinner, Daniel. It's the last one you'll ever have with me." And then, as if on cue, his phone buzzed. Dozens of messages poured in, from his boss, his parents, even his best friends. They all knew. I had sent the gift to everyone. Within a week, Daniel's world collapsed. His boss fired him for unprofessional behavior. His parents cut him off. Samantha? She vanished the second the money stopped flowing. As for me, the divorce was swift. With the evidence I had, the court granted me full custody of the kids in the house. Daniel, once the perfect husband, was left with nothing but shame, debt, and loneliness. Months later, I was at the park with my kids when I saw him. He was thinner, disheveled, eyes hollow. He walked past without a word. For a moment I felt pity. But then Emily tugged my hand and said, "Mom, you look so happy these days." And that was it. My revenge wasn't just destroying Daniel's fake perfect life. My true victory was reclaiming mine. Sometimes revenge isn't about breaking the person who hurt you. It's about rising so high they can never reach you again.